What if I told you that financial freedom isn't about grinding away at a 9 to 5 job or chasing the next big paycheck? What if the secret to true prosperity was hidden in the Bible, ancient wisdom that could change the way you think about money forever? Today, we're unlocking a powerful secret from King Solomon himself, a man who not only became the wealthiest person in history, but also shared the wisdom that can guide you to lasting financial freedom. And no, it's not about working harder. It's about working smarter with the wisdom God has already given you. If you're ready to break free from the chains of debt, stop living paycheck to paycheck, and start building wealth that lasts, make sure to hit that subscribe button. This video will show you how to transform your financial future, starting with one powerful truth that can change everything. When most people think of achieving financial freedom, they envision a steady job, long hours of hard work, climbing the corporate ladder, and eventually retiring with a pension or savings. But what if I told you that this way of thinking is limiting? What if I told you that the true key to financial freedom doesn't lie in a paycheck or a career, but in a deeper understanding of wisdom as taught by King Solomon? Solomon, known for his immense wealth and unparalleled wisdom, didn't build his empire by working traditional jobs. Instead, he leveraged his understanding of life, resources, and human nature to create lasting prosperity. His teachings, recorded in the Bible, are more than just spiritual guidance. They are also practical, timeless principles that can help you build wealth in your own life. One of the most powerful truths Solomon shared about prosperity is found in Proverbs 8 verse 18. With me are riches and honor, enduring wealth and prosperity. These words are not just about acquiring material wealth. They offer a blueprint for creating a life of lasting abundance and wisdom. Solomon tells us that true wealth comes not from accumulating money or possessions, but from gaining wisdom. This may seem like a simple concept, but it is one that many people overlook. In a world that often values hustle and hard work above all else, it can be easy to forget that wisdom. Understanding how to manage your resources wisely can be the difference between fleeting wealth and enduring prosperity. Solomon's wealth didn't come from chance or luck. He didn't rely on external factors like economic conditions or inheritance to achieve financial success. Instead, he understood something profound. Prosperity is not just about how much money you earn, it's about how you manage and multiply what you already have. This is a truth that applies to everyone, regardless of their income level. Whether you're just starting out on your financial journey or are already well into it, the ability to manage your money wisely will determine your financial future. You may not have control over every external factor, like the economy or market fluctuations, but you do have control over your decisions. And Solomon's wisdom can guide you to make smarter, more intentional choices with your resources. One of the most important lessons Solomon teaches us is that wealth isn't something that's simply given to you. It's something you build over time by making smart decisions. The Bible is full of verses that reinforce this idea. For example, Proverbs 13 verse 11 says, "Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it." In this passage, Solomon warns against the temptation to seek quick riches or shortcuts to financial success. It's easy to become enamored with the idea of striking it rich or landing a high-paying job, but true wealth is built slowly, with patience and consistency. What does this mean for you in practical terms? It means that building wealth isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It's about making wise, consistent decisions over time. It's about investing in your future, not just in the next paycheck. Whether it's saving, investing, learning new skills, or making wise financial choices, every small decision you make today can lead to long-term prosperity. Many people believe that financial success comes from working harder, longer hours, or finding a higher-paying job. But while hard work is important, it's not the only factor that leads to true prosperity. Solomon understood that wisdom, not just effort, is the key to building wealth. Proverbs 4 verse 7 teaches us, "The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom." Though it cost all you have, get understanding. In other words, the pursuit of wisdom should be your top priority. If you want to achieve lasting financial freedom, you need to seek knowledge and understanding, not just about the world of money, but about how to handle it wisely. Wisdom gives you the ability to make decisions that will allow you to prosper, not just survive. It's easy to think that the solution to financial problems is to simply earn more money. But Solomon teaches us that earning more isn't always the answer. In fact, without wisdom, more money can lead to more problems. The key is understanding how to manage the money you already have. The richest person in the world isn't the one who simply accumulates more wealth. They're the one who knows how to manage it wisely and make it grow. Solomon's wisdom challenges the conventional way of thinking about wealth. He didn't rely on a traditional job to create his empire. In fact, he didn't even have a 9-to-5 schedule. Instead, Solomon understood that true prosperity comes from leveraging wisdom, smart investments, and creating multiple streams of income. His wealth wasn't tied to just one source. It was the result of a series of wise decisions made over time. In Proverbs 10, for Solomon says, "Lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth." Notice that Solomon doesn't say that long hours or a job are the key to wealth. He says diligence is. And diligence is about making smart, consistent choices in managing what you have. It's not about relying on a paycheck alone. It's about learning to grow your wealth by being wise in your decisions and not being dependent on one source of income. Let's break this down further. Most people believe that a steady job guarantees financial security. But as we all know, jobs can be unstable. Economic downturns, layoffs, career changes, and even global events like the pandemic have shown us that a paycheck can never provide absolute security. This is why Solomon's approach to wealth is so relevant today. He teaches us that real financial freedom doesn't come from depending on a paycheck. It comes from wisdom and resource management. Solomon's wealth was built not on one stream of income, but on many. He had a vast network of trade, alliances, and investments that worked together to build his empire. He understood that relying on a single source of income made him vulnerable to unexpected changes in the economy. In today's world, the idea of relying on just one job for financial security is more outdated than ever. Multiple income streams are now essential to achieving true financial freedom. Whether it's through investing in real estate, stocks, creating passive income through a business, or even starting side projects, Solomon's principle of diversification is more important than ever. Let's take a moment to think about what it really means for your money to work for you. Solomon's teachings in the Bible make it clear that wealth isn't just about accumulating money. It's about making your money grow and work for you over time. Proverbs 13 verse 11 says, "Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it." This is an important principle when it comes to managing wealth. The key is to invest, save, and grow your money over time rather than relying on a one-time influx of cash. Whether it's investing in the stock market, real estate, or starting your own business, the idea is to create systems where your wealth compounds and grows on its own. Instead of waiting for a job to provide for you, Solomon teaches us that we can create wealth that is constantly growing. This is the key to financial freedom. Money that works for you doesn't require you to keep trading your time for it. Instead, you set up systems that generate income without you having to be directly involved in the day-to-day operations. Take a moment and reflect on your current financial situation. Are you relying solely on your job to provide for you, or have you started to create income streams that work for you? Solomon's wisdom encourages us to step outside the traditional mindset and start thinking about how we can make our money grow without being tied to a single source of income. In Proverbs 8 verse 18, Solomon said, "With me are riches and honor, enduring wealth and prosperity." Notice how he emphasizes the idea of enduring wealth, not just wealth that is accumulated temporarily, but wealth that withstands the test of time. True wealth, according to Solomon, doesn't come from a flash of good fortune or luck. It's built over time through consistent, wise choices and an unwavering commitment to making the right decisions with what you have. So, how can you build this kind of wealth? How can you create lasting prosperity that isn't dependent on a job or a single source of income? The answer lies in applying Solomon's timeless wisdom every day in practical, actionable ways. One of the most important aspects of building lasting wealth is consistency. Solomon's wisdom isn't about making one big decision that will change everything. It's about making the right decisions over time. Small, consistent actions build up and create a compound effect. Consider Proverbs 21 verse 5, which says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." Solomon tells us that long-term success isn't about rushing or seeking immediate rewards. It's about being patient and diligent, making thoughtful, well-informed decisions and sticking with them. This is true in every area of life, especially when it comes to managing finances. Whether you're saving, investing, or even building a business, consistency is key. The wealth you're seeking won't happen overnight. It requires regular, disciplined actions and patience as your investments begin to pay off. For example, think about investing in stocks or real estate. The market fluctuates, and it can be tempting to react impulsively. But if you follow Solomon's advice to focus on the long term and make wise decisions based on knowledge and research, you will be able to weather any market changes and ultimately grow your wealth over time. Another key lesson from Solomon is the importance of diversification. We've already discussed the idea of building multiple income streams, but now let's take that a step further and apply it to investing. Solomon's wisdom tells us not to put all our eggs in one basket, but to spread out our resources in a variety of areas to protect ourselves from risk. Proverbs 11 verse 14 says, "For lack of guidance, a nation falls, but victory is won through many advisors." This idea of seeking guidance from many sources can be applied to how we manage our wealth. Just as a nation benefits from diverse strategies and leaders, your finances benefit from diversification. By investing in a variety of assets, stocks, real estate, bonds, businesses, or even alternative investments, you reduce your risk and increase the chances of seeing your wealth grow over time. Imagine if Solomon had only invested in one area of his kingdom, perhaps just in land or one type of trade. His wealth would have been far more vulnerable to changes in the market, natural disasters, or political instability. But by diversifying, Solomon created multiple streams of income that helped protect his wealth and expand it. One of the most profound teachings from Solomon is the idea that wealth should be used to honor God. Solomon didn't see his wealth as something to hoard or keep to himself. Instead, he saw it as a tool to serve others and glorify God. Proverbs 3 verses 9 to 10 tells us, "Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine." In this verse, Solomon emphasizes the importance of giving back, honoring God with the resources He has blessed you with. It's not just about accumulating wealth for yourself. It's about using that wealth to make a positive impact on others, to help those in need, and to advance God's kingdom. When you honor God with your finances, whether through giving, investing in meaningful causes, or supporting others, you align yourself with His purpose. Solomon teaches us that wealth is not just for our own benefit. It is a tool that should be used to bless others and further God's work. King Solomon's wealth was built on wisdom, but part of that wisdom was understanding how to manage debt, avoid it where possible, and make choices that would not leave him enslaved to financial obligations. The Bible has much to say about debt, both in terms of the dangers of becoming indebted and the benefits of being wise with your resources. By applying Solomon's timeless principles, we can break free from the shackles of debt and start building wealth that will last for generations. In Proverbs 22:7, Solomon warns us, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender." This verse paints a clear picture of how debt can hold us captive. When you borrow money, You give up control over your finances. Your income is no longer fully yours. It's divided between paying off debts and meeting other obligations. Solomon understood that true wealth and freedom can never be achieved if you're constantly serving the demands of debt. Debt is a form of financial slavery. It ties you to a future where you must work to pay off what you owe, leaving little room for freedom, opportunities, or building lasting wealth. Solomon's wisdom is a clear warning. Taking on too much debt can limit your ability to prosper in the future, even if it provides temporary access to resources. That doesn't mean that all debt is bad, but it's important to understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. Good debt is used for investments that will increase your wealth, such as purchasing real estate or starting a business. Bad debt, on the other hand, is used for consumption, buying things that lose value quickly, like luxury items, and often leads to a cycle of borrowing more to cover previous debts. Solomon's advice is simple: avoid unnecessary debt and be mindful of the long-term consequences of borrowing. The more you free yourself from the burden of debt, the more control you have over your financial future. The first step toward financial freedom is breaking free from the chains of debt. Solomon's wisdom teaches us that we must take a strategic, disciplined approach to paying off debt. Proverbs 6 verses 1-5 offers practical advice. If you have put up security for your neighbor, if you have shaken hands in pledge for a stranger, you have been trapped by what you said, ensnared by the words of your mouth. Do this, my son, to free yourself, since you have fallen into your neighbor's hands. Go to the point of exhaustion and give your neighbor no rest. Allow no sleep to your eyes, no slumber to your eyelids. Free yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the snare of the fowler. While this passage primarily addresses making financial promises or pledges, it also applies to anyone who finds themselves in debt. Solomon urges us to take immediate action to break free from debt. It's not enough to hope that the problem will solve itself. You must act with urgency. Debt isn't something that can be ignored or deferred. It needs to be confronted directly and tackled head-on. By setting aside extra funds, prioritizing debt repayment, and cutting back on unnecessary expenses, you can start to break the cycle. This requires discipline, sacrifice, and a long-term view, but the payoff is freedom. In addition to being proactive, Solomon teaches us the importance of creating a plan. In Proverbs 16 verse 3, he says, "Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans." When it comes to paying off debt, having a plan is essential. It's easy to feel overwhelmed by the amount you owe, but breaking the debt down into manageable chunks can make it feel more achievable. Consider using strategies like the debt snowball method, where you focus on paying off smaller debts first, or the avalanche method, where you prioritize high-interest debt. Whichever approach you take, having a plan will allow you to stay focused and motivated as you work toward becoming debt-free. Solomon also teaches us the importance of living below our means and avoiding unnecessary debt. Proverbs 21 verse 17 says, "Whoever loves pleasure will become poor. Whoever loves wine and olive oil will never be rich." This verse encourages us to avoid the temptation of living for instant gratification and indulgence. True wealth is built by living prudently, not by indulging in every desire or luxury that comes your way. In today's society, it can be easy to fall into the trap of keeping up with the Joneses. Buying things we don't need to impress others or living a lifestyle that's beyond our means. But Solomon advises us to resist this temptation. Wealth is not about appearances, it's about wise decisions and long-term financial health. By living within your means and avoiding debt for unnecessary purchases, you allow yourself to save, invest, and build a financial foundation that will last. Solomon's wisdom reminds us that financial freedom is not found in excess, but in contentment and self-control. A mind focused on wisdom, righteousness, and gratitude will naturally create an environment where financial prosperity can flourish. This mindset shift is not just about chasing money, but understanding that all wealth comes from God, and it should be managed in a way that honors Him and benefits others. Let's take a deeper dive into the mindset required to build and maintain true financial freedom. As we've discussed throughout this video, Solomon's greatest treasure wasn't his wealth, it was his wisdom. In fact, Solomon famously asked God for wisdom over riches in 1 Kings 3 verse 9, saying, "So give your servant a discerning heart to govern your people and to distinguish between right and wrong." This request pleased God so much that he granted Solomon not only wisdom, but also wealth and honor beyond measure. Solomon knew that wisdom was the foundation of lasting prosperity. Without wisdom, wealth can be squandered, relationships can be damaged, and opportunities can be missed. But with wisdom, you can navigate the complexities of money, make sound financial decisions, and grow your resources over time. Proverbs 4 verse 7 affirms this, saying, "The beginning of wisdom is this: get wisdom. Though it cost all you have, get understanding." Solomon encourages us to prioritize wisdom in all things. In your financial journey, this means constantly seeking knowledge, whether through reading, learning from others, or seeking counsel. Wisdom allows you to make decisions that are aligned with your long-term goals, not short-term impulses. The mindset of continually seeking wisdom is key to financial freedom. It reminds you that you are not just working for money, but for understanding, discipline, and growth. As you apply wisdom in your financial decisions, you will be able to navigate economic challenges, take advantage of opportunities, and build wealth that endures. Solomon's teachings remind us that wealth is built over time. Proverbs 13:11 says, "Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it." The key here is to start where you are and take small steps each day toward your financial goals. Whether you're paying off debt, saving for an investment, or building multiple income streams, the most important thing is to take action. Don't wait for the perfect moment or for everything to be aligned. Solomon teaches us that consistent, gradual progress leads to lasting prosperity. Start with what you can control today. Maybe it's setting up a budget, eliminating unnecessary expenses, or beginning to invest even a small amount each month. As you do, you will notice that the habits you form today will start compounding over time, leading to greater wealth and freedom in the future. This is where consistency matters most. Financial freedom is the result of repeated small, wise decisions made day after day. Don't be discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Keep moving forward with patience and diligence, knowing that the seeds you plant today will grow over time. Solomon didn't become the wealthiest man in history by accident. He was intentional about how he built his wealth. Proverbs 21 verse 5 says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." Planning is a crucial step in turning Solomon's wisdom into action. To build lasting wealth, you need a clear plan. Your plan should include short-term goals, such as paying off credit card debt or saving an emergency fund, and long-term goals, such as building investments or creating multiple income streams. These goals should be measurable and specific, so you know exactly what you're working toward and can track your progress. For example, if your goal is to pay off $10,000 in debt within the next year, break it down into monthly or even weekly targets. Create a budget that allows you to allocate funds specifically toward debt repayment and stick to that plan. The key is consistency. As Solomon teaches, don't expect to get rich overnight. Create a plan and work the plan, making adjustments as necessary, but never losing sight of the long-term vision. One of the most transformative lessons from Solomon's wisdom is understanding that wealth is not the ultimate goal. Proverbs 3 verses 9 to 10 teaches us, "Honor the Lord with your wealth, with the first fruits of all your crops. Then your barns will be filled to overflowing, and your vats will brim over with new wine." Wealth is a tool, an instrument you can use to fulfill your purpose, bless others, and honor God. Money should never be the end goal. When you focus on building wealth for the sake of helping others, serving your community, and fulfilling a higher purpose, money becomes a means to an end, not the end itself. As you implement Solomon's principles, make sure your financial goals are aligned with your values. By using your money as a tool to bless others, you will not only build wealth for yourself, but also experience the joy and fulfillment that come from using your resources to make a positive impact in the world. Solomon's wealth wasn't just the result of hard work. It was the result of building systems that allowed his wealth to grow without constant effort. Proverbs 6 verses 6 to 8 offers a powerful example of a system in action. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. Just like the ant, you need to create systems that work for you, systems that allow you to manage your resources effectively and grow your wealth without constant attention. For example, setting up automated savings or investments can help you consistently build wealth without having to think about it every day. Having a well-organized budget or tracking system ensures you stay on top of your spending and saving. Building these systems will allow you to focus on the bigger picture while your wealth grows behind the scenes. These systems should be designed to work in your favor, allowing you to build financial freedom over time without needing to rely on a constant effort to make it happen. Finally, as you apply Solomon's wisdom in your financial journey, always remember that true prosperity comes from God. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight." Solomon knew that wealth and success come from God alone. While wisdom, diligence, and planning are important, it is ultimately God who provides the opportunities, the resources, and the blessings. Trust in his guidance as you walk this path to financial freedom. As you apply his wisdom, trust that he will provide what you need at the right time and lead you to the prosperity he has planned for you. True financial freedom is not just about making money. It's about creating a mindset and a life that reflects wisdom, integrity, contentment, and generosity. By applying Solomon's teachings, you can break free from the chains of debt, build lasting wealth, and live a life of purpose and abundance. The key to turning these principles into reality is taking consistent, focused action. Start small, make a plan, and trust in God's provision as you work toward your financial goals. With patience, diligence, and wisdom, you can build the financial freedom and prosperity that will not only change your life, but also make a lasting impact on others. Thank you for watching. If you're ready to take the first step toward applying Solomon's wisdom in your life, subscribe to this channel and start your journey toward financial freedom today.